Story 1. In a small, eerie town, there lived a man named James, who bore an uncanny resemblance to another resident, Alex. Their resemblance was so striking that people often mistook them for each other. One fateful day, a mysterious curse befell the town, causing confusion and terror among its inhabitants. As the curse took hold, James began experiencing disturbing visions of Alex's life. He could see through Alex's eyes, feel his emotions, and even hear his thoughts. At first, it seemed like a mere coincidence. But soon, the boundaries between their identities blurred. As days turned into nights, James found himself losing control of his own life. He would wake up in unfamiliar places, surrounded by puzzled faces mistaking him for Alex. His friends and family grew distant, unable to trust his true identity. Desperate to break free from this haunting curse, James sought answers from the town's mysterious old hermit. The hermit revealed that a vengeful spirit, jealous of the resemblance between James and Alex, had cast the curse upon them. The only way to break the curse was to confront the spirit and offer it something precious. Determined to save himself and Alex from this torment, James embarked on a perilous journey to find the spirit's resting place. He braved treacherous forests, eerie graveyards, and haunted ruins. Along the way, he encountered malevolent spirits, each testing his resolve and sanity. As he reached the spirit's lair, the air grew colder, and the darkness more suffocating. The vengeful spirit materialized before him, taking the form of a grotesque, twisted figure. James mustered all his courage and offered the spirit the most precious thing in his heart: his love for his family. The spirit hesitated. Its malevolence wavered for a moment. It had never encountered such selfless love before. Slowly, the curse began to weaken. The visions of Alex's life became fainter, and James could feel his own identity returning. As the spirit released its grip on the two men, James and Alex's worlds merged once more. But this time, in a harmonious coexistence. The townspeople, witnessing the brave act of love, embraced both James and Alex, understanding that they were two souls bound by an extraordinary connection. From that day on, James and Alex embraced their shared fate, supporting each other through life's ups and downs. The curse had left them with a deep bond, reminding everyone in the town of the power of love, even in the face of the most horrific circumstances. And so, the legend of "the man with my face" became a symbol of unity and compassion in the hauntingly beautiful town they called home. Story 2. In a dark and desolate town, there lived a man with a face identical to mine. He was known as the Doppelganger, and tales of his sinister deeds spread like wildfire among the villagers. One stormy night, I found myself inexplicably drawn to his haunting presence. As I ventured into the woods, a chilling mist engulfed me, and eerie whispers echoed through the trees. The doppelganger emerged from the shadows, his icy eyes locking onto mine with a malevolent gleam. With a voice that sent shivers down my spine, he revealed that we were bound by a cursed connection, our fates intertwined. He had been watching me for years, mimicking my every move, and now he sought to take over my life. Terrified, I tried to escape, but it seemed he could anticipate my every step. He unveiled the depths of his malevolence, sharing dark secrets and memories only I should know. As the night wore on, my mind blurred, questioning my own identity. Soon, the townsfolk began to distrust me, convinced I was the doppelganger himself. My family and friends turned their backs on me, leaving me isolated and broken. Each night, haunting visions plagued my dreams, taunting me with a twisted reflection of my reality. As I delved deeper into the mystery, I discovered that this doppelganger was once an ordinary man, wronged and betrayed by those he trusted, consumed by vengeance. He stumbled upon a cursed mirror that granted him my appearance but robbed him of his soul. I confronted the doppelganger one last time, determined to break the curse and regain my life. A battle of wills ensued, and the eerie woods bore witness to our struggle. In the end, I managed to shatter the cursed mirror. But the price was steep. The doppelganger's malevolence merged with my soul, and I felt a darkness growing within me. As the days passed, my actions became sinister, my intentions cruel. I had become a vessel for the doppelganger's evil, a malevolent entity walking in my skin, haunted by my own face. I became a terror to the town I once loved. In a desperate bid to free myself from the darkness, I sought the help of an ancient sorceress. But, to my dismay, she revealed that only a selfless act of sacrifice could break the curse. Tormented by guilt and anguish, I chose to confront the darkness head-on. I embraced the doppelganger within me and led him back to the cursed mirror. With a heavy heart, I shattered it once more, knowing it meant my own demise. As the fragments of the mirror scattered, so did my existence. The town witnessed the end of the doppelganger and the man with my face. My sacrifice brought peace, but the horror of that tale still echoes in the hearts of those who remember. Story 3. Once upon a chilling night, in the darkest corners of an old and mysterious town, there lived a man named Edward. He was known for his striking resemblance to another man, whose face he bore a striking resemblance to. Rumors whispered through the fog-laden alleys, telling tales of a cursed doppelganger that haunted the townsfolk. Some believed Edward was that very man, while others thought he was merely an innocent victim of an eerie coincidence. As the whispers grew louder, Edward's life took a dreadful turn. His peaceful existence turned into a nightmare, with accusing eyes and fearful glances following him wherever he went. The townspeople's fear and suspicion slowly drove Edward to the brink of madness. One fateful evening, as the moon cast its eerie glow upon the cobbled streets, a series of inexplicable events unfolded. People began disappearing mysteriously, leaving only traces of their existence behind. Fear spread like wildfire, and suspicion fell heavily on Edward, the man with the haunted face. Haunted by the accusations and desperate to prove his innocence, Edward set out on a perilous journey to uncover the truth. His search led him deep into the town's forgotten catacombs, where ancient secrets lurked in the shadows. As he delved deeper into the darkness, Edward discovered an old, decrepit mirror tucked away in a hidden chamber. The moment his reflection appeared, a sinister force engulfed him, merging his soul with that of the man whose face he bore. From that point on, Edward and the man with his face became one, tormented by their shared existence. The boundary between reality and nightmares blurred, and Edward struggled to distinguish his own thoughts from those of his haunting counterpart. As the haunting intensified, the town plunged into chaos. Panic-stricken and desperate to rid themselves of the cursed man, a mob formed, determined to put an end to the malevolent presence. The climax of terror arrived as the mob cornered Edward in an ancient, abandoned mansion. The once beautiful mansion now stood as a decaying monument to darkness and despair. Inside, the final showdown unfolded amidst creaking floorboards and flickering candlelight. Edward confronted the man with his face, battling for control over their shared existence. In a hauntingly surreal moment, their struggle transcended the physical realm, manifesting as a metaphysical clash of wills. Their memories, emotions, and identities merged, weaving a tapestry of torment and anguish. The epic battle reached a crescendo. And just as it seemed all was lost, a glimmer of hope emerged. In a moment of clarity, Edward realized that the only way to break the curse was to accept and embrace his doppelganger as part of himself, rather than fighting against it. With newfound strength and understanding, Edward extended a hand of forgiveness to the man with his face. In that act of reconciliation, the curse was lifted, and the two souls merged harmoniously into one. The darkness that had plagued the town lifted, and peace finally returned. In the end, Edward became a symbol of resilience, showing the world that confronting one's fears and embracing their darkest aspects can lead to liberation. The tale of "The Man with My Face" became a cautionary story of how prejudice and fear can twist perceptions and transform an innocent man into a haunting specter.